Let's talk about Caught Stealin'. Starring Austin Butler, Regina King, Zoe Kravitz, and Matt Smith. Also starring Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio, Benito Martínez, Ocasio, and Kane. Directed by Darren Aronofsky from Columbia Pictures. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the film in its entirety before hearing any commentary about it, please feel free to close this video out. I would ask that you drop a like before you do. Then come on back and watch this once you've seen the movie. The film, Caught Stealin', is based on the book of the same name from author Charlie Huston. Some of you may know him from his other crime novels, and also he's a comic book writer. He is, in fact, the writer of one of my favorite Moon Knight series for Marvel Comics years and years ago. So the screenplay is by Huston himself. And once you get into the film, you're going to hear more than see that this feels more like a novel than it does a film. You'd think having the novelist adapting his own screenplay would be a boon. Sometimes it works out. Other times, it seems to lend itself to issues with pacing. It seems to lend itself to issues where you can tell the writer really didn't want to give something up, really wanted to hold on to something that sounded good on the page and looked good up here, but when it translates on screen, it doesn't really work. And that's my biggest takeaway from Caught Stealin', is that this is a film that wants to be the book. And however compelling, however fun and crime pulpy Caught Stealin' the book might have been, there's a lot of things here that just don't translate to the screen. Specifically, the biggest issues here are pacing, as I kind of hinted at earlier. The first 45 minutes of the film feel like a slog as all of the elements of the narrative are being set up, and there are a lot of different ones here. Also, some elements of dialogue that they must have read really well on the page, and they just don't come through with this cast delivering those lines. It just doesn't sound quite right. Now, I will say this about the film feeling more like a novel, a pulpy crime novel, than it does a film. It will surprise you, okay? If you're thinking going into this that it's going to follow a certain formula, it does not, okay? And there's some real things that took me by surprise. So that's something you can look forward to going in. In terms of casting, I like Austin Butler leading this, but he is not the strongest member of this ensemble. Zoe Kravitz, as always, is lovely and just brings such presence to the screen. She makes the most of some limited screen time. But the highlight here, the highlights of this film in terms of the cast, are Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio. I would argue if we'd had more of their characters in the movie, this would have been a lot more fun. Just a quick note about Darren Aronofsky as the director for this one. It just strikes me as a little bit odd. After all, to me, he's the director who brought us Black Swan. He's the guy behind Requiem for a Dream and Pi and The Fountain, really high concept stuff. And he's usually writing and directing. So for him to take this on, visually, there are some flourishes. Okay, he really takes advantage of the cityscape, 1998 New York, to bring that to life, and he puts everything in a sort of gray patina, like a filter. So there's style here, but it feels, this is more like a Guy Ritchie project than an Aronofsky project. I'm going to stop there. Caught Stealin' is rated R for language. Lots and lots of F-bombs. Also, some strong violence, some sexual content. Please be mindful of that if you're bringing younger audiences. It is in theaters on August 29th. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.